What's up, boys? I'm Volcago, and today we're gonna talk about the newest and best episode of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, Episode 8. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. Otherwise, Chosu will spin forever, and I'm not joking. So let's begin. Right from the start, we see the sequence where Higuruma is sitting in a bathtub, and on the wall it says that 99.9% of criminal trials end in a guilty verdict. Which is crazy because everyone will end up in the jail after all. Oi is a suspect who is accused of killing 2 people, and in his apartment the police found a knife. There was blood on the blade which turned out to be the victim's blood, which makes him guilty of murder. However, Higuruma seems suspicious about this case because he believes Oi is telling the truth. I mean, seriously, Higuruma is the best lawyer Sukuna has ever seen. This dude paid attention to every single detail about the suspect. Higuruma decides to investigate this case further, alongside Shimizu, who tells him, "Seriously, man, you have nothing to gain from this." But Higuruma believes that he would lose his skills if he didn't take on more difficult cases. Shimizu goes to meet her friend, who used to be Higuruma's colleague and now owns a cafe, and she tells Shimizu about one of Higuruma's past cases. A 19-year-old boy was involved in a car accident because he was drunk due to his friends. The man starts shouting because he wasn't declared innocent, while Higuruma just stands there without saying anything. The scene shifts to Higuruma and his baddie, who suggests that he should stop taking impossible cases, saying that trying to save the weak is pathetic. But Higuruma says that he understands those who are angry at him. After all, everyone would be mad knowing that we'll end up in prison. Then the scene shifts back to the present, and somehow the man is declared not guilty. Shimizu is happy because she believes they've won, but Higuruma knows that it's not over yet. The entire press finds out about Higuruma, and everyone criticizes him and takes pictures of him in public for setting a criminal free. But Higuruma is happy because he managed to prove the man's innocence, since during the time of the crime, he was seen on a store's security cameras, which meant he was innocent. But then the man was declared guilty anyway, even though there was clear evidence proving he was innocent. Higuruma gets angry and starts slamming his gavel on the desk over and over and over again, and that's when the Shikigami appears. This reminds me of Rika and Yuta. We return to the present, and this guy who is surrounded everywhere by papers says, "When is that girl gonna bring the next idiot? Like, who does this guy think he is?" When we see this boy who is being bullied by some delinquents and someone says, "You'd better stop." Our boy Yuji shows up, and the delinquents think he's just another student trying to play hero, but then he shows those delinquents who the real top bully in Japan is. Megumi says, "Aren't you going to pass through Ikebukuro to get to Shinjuku since there are supplies there?" But she tries to trick Megumi by saying she needs to take a shower and that this route is faster, and somehow, by some miracle, Megumi agrees to it. Like, dude, this is a life or death game. Who cares if you smell a little, right? Back to Amai and Yuji, where Amai tells Yuji that Higuruma is using this building as his base. Itadori thanks him and starts doing a little catwalk toward the building, saying that he should meet up with Megumi. But he doesn't wait anymore. And Amai is like, "Don't go into the building, don't go into the building." But he doesn't have the courage to actually say anything to Yuji. The scene shifts to Megumi and Reggie, and Megumi asks if he is Higuruma. Reggie is like, "Who? Me? I'm Reggie, and you were lured into a trap by Remy." At that moment, Megumi is like, "Oh no, I can't believe this," and he gives a look just like Toji used to look at Gojo. Remy says, "Just so you know, you don't scare me. You ain't tough, girl." And Megumi is ready to fight. Yuji meets Higuruma. This guy is literally taking a bath while fully dressed. What kind of rituals are these? Higuruma asks Yuji if he has ever taken a bath while fully dressed, and Yuji says no. What kind of crazy person would do that? After the age of 35, he apparently started doing all kinds of weird things. I mean, this dude is 36 years old and takes baths with his clothes on. Sorry, I just can't get over that fact. Yuji tells him that he wants to talk, and Higuruma says it'll cost 5,000 yen to speak with him, then says, "I'm just kidding." That's when Yuji realizes that Higuruma isn't a reincarnated sorcerer like the others. Reggie realizes that Megumi is strong and invites him to join him, while Remy starts to panic because that wasn't the plan. Megumi then realizes that Reggie also knows Kenjaku, and Reggie explains to Megumi that Kenjaku's plan is to force the sorcerers to fight each other, and after only the strongest remain, to blow everything up and kill them. His plan doesn't make any sense. Yuji asks Higuruma to let him use his 100 points to add a new rule so that the others won't die anymore, but Higuruma, as expected, refuses, saying that the culling games have great potential. Yuji tries to tell him that it's just a ritual and that everyone in the country will die if he doesn't help. Then Yuji rephrases it, saying, "Let me use the 100 points. Higuruma finishes his shower, stands up to farm Aura, and activates his domain expansion, the best scene in the entire episode. Okay, and that's it for this episode. Keep in mind that this is my first video, and I'm trying to get better and better. I can't wait for the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like.